learning to forgive yourself. We all mess up sometimes, so why is learning to forgive yourself a lot harder than forgiving others? Your heart and mental health may depend on your ability to reduce the hurt and anger even at yourself. So effective is forgiveness. But first, you might have to forgive yourself. Did you cheat on your spouse? Hit a child in anger? Steal something? Go off the wagon? The list of potential human misdeeds is long. If someone else did these things, you might learn to forgive them, or at least let go of the anger. That's because it's easier to forgive others. After all, they don't live in your head, reading you the same old riot act. All the world's major religions preach the power of forgiveness. But forgiveness is such an elusive act, quicksilver in its ability to be strongly felt one moment and then dart away beyond reach the next. According to Stanford's call for volunteer subjects, the definition of forgiveness is a simple one, not a near impossible requirement that a person apply for a sainthood. Forgiveness, it says, consists primarily of taking less personal offense, reduce anger, and then blaming of the offender and developing an increased understanding of situation that leads to hurt and anger. When you need to try to forgive yourself, a chronic state of anger and resentment interferes with life. Hartman points out, countless studies also show stress and anger can cause or worsen diseases such as cancer, heart diseases, and various autoimmune disorders. When resentment is interfering with your life, it's time to forgive yourself. She says, so many people have a constant critical voice in their heads narrating their every move. She says she calls her critical voice and tries to counteract eternal litany with positive affirmations that she is getting better, that she is less angry. Forgiving doesn't mean not being angry with yourself, but not hating yourself. Forgiving requires specificity. I think of people often try to forgive themselves for their wrong things. We think we ought to forgive ourselves for being human and making human mistakes. People don't have to forgive themselves for being who they are. Forgiveness means being specific about what we did that needs forgiving. I think forgiveness is often confused with conditioning or lack of accountability. Hartman says, this is a world with high performance standards. People think they need to be perfect, yet people do things, intended or not, that hurt others. You may not intend to harm, but other person is no less hurt. That's when you need to stop at some point and forgive yourself. Hanging on to resentment can have its own advantages. It's about relinquishing a source of pain and letting go of resentment. People think forgiving yourself means you're letting yourself get away with whatever it was you did. Hartman goes on, the pain and anger you are feeling are supposed to be your punishments. People want to feel pain and resentment. Oh, exclaims Hartman. Resentment is very attractive way of putting a barrier around yourself as protection against being hurt. How do you know you have forgiven yourself? You picked up the wrong mate and kids suffered neglect. You spread a story that got someone fired. You did not report a crime and others were victimized. It's talking to a therapist and declaring yourself forgiven enough. You know you have done it when the memory gives you no more pain or anger. Hartman says, it's as simple as that. You can say, I am free of this. A new day. Forgiving yourself isn't a slogging long term good day, bad day type of things. Marshall says at some point, she says you reach a turning point. Something shifts. You feel less burdened. You have more energy. You live longer. You have a better health. We all screw up sometime, Hartman says. Forgiving ourselves is as close as we come to a system reset button. I have created this video in the hope that you will start forgiving yourself. I reckon you enjoyed and liked watching this video. Then there is one more waiting for you on my channel, which will make the difference in you. Till then, take care.